And I wanted to start with a few new features in the OPAC. And one of them is about being able to show the benefits of the use of the library. It's down to a system preference called OPAC Show Savings. So it's kind of a hint of what it does already. So I'm logged in on the OPAC. And if I go into my account, I see obviously several things in my account, but one of the things I see with the system preference is this message here. Congratulations, you have saved a total of £10 by using the library. And if I look at the system preference, it's this one here, OPAC Show Savings, and as the library staff, I can decide where this message should appear. So here I've opted for only showing it on the summary page, but I could have it also on the OPAC homepage or on my circulation page. And the amount is coming from the replacement price in the items which this particular user has borrowed, and it adds up obviously the more they borrow, and as long as there's a replacement price, then that savings will show and be updated. The other thing you probably noticed when I was in my account is I have a message, and the new thing about the message is this dismiss button. So if I look currently in the same account in the staff interface, I have my message at the top. I created it obviously using the add message options, and for it to appear on the OPAC, I've had to select the OPAC. But now as a library user, I have the option to say, okay, I know about this message. I know my library card is still in the library, but I'm just logging in to renew my item. So I don't need to see it every time. So I can dismiss it. I get a message popping up to confirm. It doesn't delete it. It just says I won't be seeing it for me as a library user on the OPAC. And on the staff interface, it does update the message as well, because I now have this message that says read and the date, so on the 5th of March. So there's a bit of an indication for the member of staff. I don't know if it's been really read, but at least it's been part of a page the user has seen and they've clicked on the button. So this, the dismiss button will now appear. It's not controlled by a system preference. It's just going to be there for you. I was planning to mention the new report a concern feature, but I think I won't have time. And it just so happens that Fiona has already done a video, What's on Your Mind video. So I'm just looking at the blog post. If you look at it, it's that top one. So I would really recommend you either watch the video or read the information in the Koha manual. The other thing I wanted to mention about the OPAC though are the cookie consent features. So because it's cookies with, it's been developed at PTFSU, and it does mean that you may already have system preferences to enable and set up cookies on your system, but they've become part of core Koha in 23.11. And you can create your cookie banner and a pop-up with information about the cookies using two system preferences. So if I search for cookie in my system preferences, there's one, the cookie consent, which is about enabling or disabling. And the second one, you would only use if you have optional cookies, so non-essential cookies that do require the user to consent to accept to those cookies tracking them. So I know I don't have any such thing on my OPAC. It's just a plain and simple OPAC. I haven't added any code. I haven't added any analytics. So I know it's only essential cookies. And I set it up using HTML customization. So if I go into tools, HTML customizations, I have two set up: cookie consent bar, which is going to be the banner at the bottom of my OPAC page, and cookie consent pop-up, which has the text if I click on more information. So let's enable it and see what it looks like. And now if I go to my catalog, I do have my banner, so my cookie consent bar with the text I put in my HTML customization. And if I want more information, if I click there, this is where I get the text that appears in here. And with cookies, you may also have the even more new enhancements that currently is in Koha 23.11. So again, because it's Martin who reviewed the process with one of the libraries we work with, he added more little things to make the experience easier. So that default text is one of those little things, and we'll make it available for a blog post. But if you're looking at cookies in the meantime, just let us know and we can send you this text with all the default cookies using the Koha OPAC describes. So that were the main things I wanted to say about the OPAC. There are so many things we've had to be very selective in what we show you. So I'm going to switch to the staff interface to show you a bit more about patrons. In patrons, there's a new things you can do. So if I go back to the patron I was looking at before, look for my patrons, you can stop your patron from being deleted by mistake. Sorry, I'm going to accept my cookies on the staff interface as well. When you edit your user, obviously you're in this page for all the details. If I needed to delete it, I would have the button here under more. But sometimes this user is more than a normal library member. Sometimes it's actually a SIP machine, or maybe it's a statistical user, or it's the anonymous patron. And it's a bit of a problem if it gets deleted by mistake. So to stop that, you can now protect your patron. So if I click into edit here, you might have spotted it already. I have a new line that says protected, and it says it's not protected. So I'm going to change that. And it's just a radio button underneath the same section where you would put in the card number. So when I do that, so first of all, I won't be able to just delete it. So if I need to delete it because it's not relevant anymore, I'll have to switch that protected status again. But it will also stop this patron from being deleted, even if it matches the parameters, if you're doing some batch user deletion. So this user won't be deleted even through those tools, even if you have like a job running on the cron tab that deletes certain users if they're expired, for example. So this user, because it's protected, it won't get deleted. So something really useful, and potentially when you upgrade to 23.11, you would want to review those special users and give them that protected status. Another thing that's changing, and it's going to be really useful, is the track last patron activity system preference. So that's a preference that's already in existence, and it's updating the date last seen on a user's detail. So I know many libraries use that to try and get an idea of which users are active. But now there's more granularity to what updates that date last seen. What do they have to do to be marked as active? So if I look at my system preferences again, so before, as I said, it used to be called just track last patron activity, and now it's called track last patron activity triggers, just to make it harder for me to pronounce. But I can now choose out of this list which actions by the user are going to update the date they were last seen. And so here I've just chosen that it would update it if they are borrowing an item, if they are connecting to Koha maybe on a self-service machine, if they are logging into the OPAC. But potentially I want all of those actions. And that means if you are using the date last seen for the borrower in your reports, so that won't, the field still exists, but it may have a slightly different meaning as to what makes that patron active or not, because you get to choose now what actually updates it. In relation to this system preference, another really cool thing, which I can't really show you because it happens on the server, it's linked to the script that generates notices for expired members. So this is what I don't remember exactly the name of the system preference. It's just called membership expiry. So yes, so that's the one, membership expiry days notice. So you can set up or ask us to set up this script, membership expiry.pl, on your server. And with that system preference, which already exists, you can already do that. You would say, for example, maybe 30 days before the account is due to expire, I want all these users to receive a notice to say, beware, your library membership needs to be renewed, please come into the library. So there are new options to this script, and it's probably best explained by switching to the Koha manual. So this is the page to the script. with all your usual parameters, with dates, libraries, etc. But the new thing is whether this member was active or not. And it is using a parameter chosen in the track class patron activity to determine whether it's active or inactive. And I can say, actually, if it's active, instead of sending member notice that says, please come to the library to renew your membership because it's expiring in 30 days, I can say, if they're active, if they've been active in the last, 12 months, just renew them straight away without them having to do anything, and send them a different notice which tells them, great, your library membership has been renewed, thank you. So this is, again, if you're already using this script to send to warn users of the expiry of their membership, maybe you'll want to then use the new options to renew automatically the ones that you know are using the library. And if you're not using it already, obviously that's a good point in time to actually start looking into it. There were more things I wanted to show you. There are new things about emails and which email field you want to use to send notices. There's a new notices for Aude's field digest, but I'll just let you have a look on the blog post because, as we said earlier, there really are a lot of great new features. And